Before my project with SATU, I've always been of the opinion that school-based research and the item and error analysis to be done of assessments is the responsibility of the school. I've always been of that opinion. I have now gone through this process of school-based research and item and error analysis with 3 schools, 1 high school and 2 primary schools. And I no longer share this view. What I have discovered though, one is that the item and the error analysis of assessment is very important. It tells you a lot about both the learning of the learner and the teaching of the teacher. But it is a very specific kind of skill. What I have deduced from my experience, that we may be able to expect teachers to use some principles of school-based research, item and error analysis, and make that part of their practice of teaching. But to perform an entire item and error analysis of all the assessments, it's a huge task. And I'm not so sure anymore that this burden or task must be given to teachers. And the question then would be, so who will take responsibility? Now, as the annual national assessments, the ANA that we do nationally, schools are participating in an item and error analysis process, because what is expected of them is for each teacher to itemize for each learner the performance of the ANA. Now, in the Western Cape, we also have the systemic evaluation. And if you read the systemic report, you get a sense that it has been itemized and the errors have been discovered through this itemized analysis. And this report is then given to schools. But I am more of the opinion that an item and error analysis should be and must be class-based. It must be based in the classroom. When you have a vertical hierarchy of the analysis, it loses the essence of that analysis. And why class-based? Because it focused on 2 things. One, it focused on the learner, the actual learner, and the learner performance, and the corresponding teacher and the teacher's teaching. And therefore, I am of the opinion now that item and error analysis should best be done within the context of the classroom. It serves very little purpose to give a school an item and error analysis of performance of subjects in the entire school. By the law of aggregation, it loses the touch of which learner and which educator. And so we are going to have to find strategic ways for schools and for teachers to do an item and error analysis. But unfortunately, this responsibility cannot be offloaded onto the teachers. They are far too overworked and underpaid. And I think the department or the school governing body should make funds available so that a private entity could do from time to time during the course of the year subject and unit item and error analysis for schools. But this certainly cannot be the responsibility of the classroom teacher. However, as one principal has clearly put it to me, Mr. Daniels, we must teach our teachers to use some of the principles and the features of the item and error analysis and school-based research so that they can do and perform this kind of analysis of the assessments in their classroom. Now, I'm fully support that view. What is at the heart of this research? It is to make sure that whatever management does is based on evidence. Evidence-based management. Now, you will hear about evidence-based repeatedly during public debate, political debate, and during this program. Evidence-based is so important. But like one educator said to me, there is an assumption done, but there's an assumption that is made after the analysis. One, that now that we know the real truth, we assume we have the capacity to respond to that truth. And I think that is the challenge I take it of school-based research and the item and error analysis. How to respond to the evidence and the truth.